Okay, so it's currently 4:30 on a Wednesday. I usually post on Thursdays. So I'm gonna see if I can get a video together by tonight and post it by tomorrow night. So I'm gonna get changed and we are going to have a discussion about whatever I want. Okay, I'll be right back. Just for the record, I usually am productive. Before we have a conversation, I just want to have peace of mind. And I'm hungry. We are going to have a conversation about life. That's going to be brutal. Anyways, it's like 3,000 degrees in here. I'm fucking dying. Oh my God. So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about 21 things that I have learned in my 21 years of existing. I have a list and I actually wanted to write it, but I'm like, I can't write 21 things because my hands start cramping, but you get the gist of it. Okay, so basically, I kind of want to use my microphone. I'm using the microphone. Okay, is it on? So, number one. No, to be honest, I wanted to do this because I think it's really important to share the advice that I didn't get when I was little. When I was growing up, I kind of had to figure it out as I went along. And I talked to like 5 people. And whenever they are in distress or they need advice, they usually come to me and they say that my advice has always helped them. So, you know what? Might as well spread the love, spread the knowledge, spread the wisdom that I have. Anyways, number one, no one is paying that much attention to you. Basically, do whatever the hell you want. Okay? If you want to take social media seriously, if you want to be a fucking actor, if you want to be a makeup artist, if you want to model, literally whatever, go ahead and do it. Because who's going to stop you? You know what I mean? Like, it's your life. Nobody's paying that much attention to you. If you want to go out and do like pumpkin picking, pumpkin painting, going to bookshops, going to stores, but you don't want to do it alone, do it alone. Do it alone because no one is paying that much attention to you. Y'all seen Tube Girl? Tube Girl, she is fucking living her best life. Why? Because she didn't care what other people thought. And you have so many other people that literally have all of this stuff and they have everything that they want and they're passionate because they decided not to care about other people's opinions. So what's stopping you? Number two, if they wanted to, they would. Oh my God. Okay. I don't think I can express how many times I've had to say this, but not even based on romantic relationships, but friendships as well. Friendships have to be a two-way street in order for it to work. You can't have a person putting in like 99.9% of the effort while the only like 0.1% is like, oh, once in a while. Oh, maybe. Oh, this. Oh, that. No. Mm-mm. It needs to be even or the friendship will die out so quick. You can't force a person to live up to expectations that you created in your own head about them. And that is how you hurt your own feelings. It's like the Ariana Grande song. Fuck, how'd it go? I saw your potential without seeing credentials. Maybe that's the issue. You put these expectations in your head, and yet you are disappointed when the person that you have those expectations of don't meet your expectations, the criteria that you created. So you kind of set yourself up to feel bad or to be disappointed in a person that you saw so much potential in, when in reality, they're not worth it. You know what I mean? A person who wants to be in your life would do anything and everything they can to stay in it. They would make sure that they're putting in the same effort. And that's like basically the bare minimum. You don't need to force people to stay in your life, which basically goes into the third thing that I want to say, which is that it is not your responsibility to keep any friendship or relationship alive. If it goes, let it. If it stays, let it. You can't force these bonds or relationships with anyone because then sooner or later, both of you are going to be unhappy. So then what was the whole point of that? You can't force or beg anyone to stay because in the end, you're just kind of disrespecting yourself. You shouldn't have to beg anyone to love you. You shouldn't have to beg anyone to stay with you. It is their choice as to whether or not they want to play a major role in your life or just a part in general. You can't force anyone to stay. And you have to be okay with that. If that person goes, then that's going to hurt like hell. And I completely understand that. But you're going to be okay. You were fine before you met this person. You're going to be fine after them. Like, that's no question at all. What's number 5? It's okay to remove yourselves from toxic situations for the sake of your own sanity. It doesn't matter who it is. So this applies to anyone, family, friends, whatever. Just because the person has stayed in your life for a long period of time doesn't mean that you have to keep them in your life. If you have grown to realize that a person that you care about is toxic and they are mentally draining you or they're making you feel bad about yourself, stay away from them. If you don't want to like cut contact completely, then just keep your distance because it is better for you to back away from the negativity like that, but still kind of maintain like some balance in a sense. You shouldn't keep a person in your life because you feel bad for them. Let us make that perfectly clear. If this person is not motivating you, benefiting you, supporting you in any way, shape, or form, then that person is literally dragging you down. They're not doing anything to serve you. When, if you think if the roles were reversed, you would do everything and anything to support this person, but they wouldn't do the same for you. Let's make that make sense. Oh, I love number 6. Okay. It's you are always going to be the bad guy in someone else's story. If you are a good person with good intentions, then let people think what they want. You are going to be fighting like hell to try and make people see your worth. You just can't do that. You are going to be so exhausted and so drained by the end of it. Every person needs a villain. If you're that person, hey, I'm honored to just be considered like a main character in your story, even if it's the villain. Oh, this is another one. It's basically like people will talk. What matters is how you react to it. You can spend your entire life defending yourself and saying, oh, I'm a good person. I have good intentions. I'm this, I'm that. People will always try and see the ugly side of something without knowing the full story. You know what I mean? So it's not your job to try and force those people to see the kind of person you really are. And so the 7th one is you don't need to have everything figured out. That is the whole point of growing and changing and evolving, etc. Usually people have this plan and they're like, these are the steps that I'm going to take to meet and fulfill every single one of my criterias. And this is how it's going to go. This is how I'm going to execute it. And this is going to be the result. Welcome to the real world where that doesn't happen at all. And that's okay. If your plan doesn't go the way you want it to, then it wasn't meant for you to begin with. If you have more plans, then try and pursue that. But if you are going through hell trying to come up with a plan and a solution to a current situation, sometimes it's better for you to just see how it goes. You don't need to have everything figured out. It's okay to vibe for a while. It's okay to say, I don't want to do this anymore, or say, actually, I've changed my mind. I'm not happy with this. I'm going to move on to the next. That is okay. You don't need to have everything figured out just because people have these expectations of you and what you're going to do with your life. The only person that's in charge of your life is you. And if you decide one day that you don't want it anymore, then go ahead. No, see, number 8. You are allowed to wake up one day and decide to change your entire life, whether it be clothes, lifestyle, your career goals, literally anything. You are allowed to wake up and decide, this is not the person I want to be. This is not the person that I want to become. I know I can do better. So do better. In addition to that, I would say don't limit yourself to specific styles or trends. I'd say at least try something like at least once, because you never know what you end up liking, what you don't. It all depends on you. So don't cut yourself off from all these other whatever, all these styles, all these options. Like, just try it. You never know. All right, you don't need to live up to anybody's expectations other than your own. Say that for the people in the back. Whatever expectations you create, make sure that you can meet them, which goes into 10, 10, which goes into the 10th one. Set up realistic expectations for yourself. You can't do everything at once, whether juggling school, work, and in addition to whatever else you're trying to pursue, you are going to burn yourself out. I've been there. I've tried. I have tried balancing work, school, the LSAT, and it was too much. I burned myself out. I completely crashed and burned. I didn't do as well as I thought I would do. And now I'm taking a gap year. That wasn't part of my plan. But taking into other factors and other events that have happened, I probably wasn't going to mentally be in the right space to do as well in law school as I would with anything else. And maybe that was a part of a greater plan. God's plan, the universe's plan, whatever you believe in, is part of something greater. Oh my God. I hate number 11. It is okay to fail as long as you don't give up. As long as you keep trying, it's okay if you don't do well on your first, second, third, whatever attempt, as long as you don't give up. The goal is still there. It's just the plan that changed. I'm calling myself out on all this. All right. Your grades do not define your intelligence or your capacity to succeed. Moving on. Everybody has different abilities, everybody has different capabilities, but just because of one subject matter that you know you're not well educated on, or you tried your hardest and it still didn't go the way you wanted, that doesn't mean that you're not smart, and it does not mean that you are not capable. It doesn't mean that you're stupid, it doesn't mean that you're worthless, it doesn't mean all that. That's the little monster inside your head that's telling you you need to be perfect no matter what. You don't. And that's the reality of it, which again feeds into having these expectations of yourself and you yourself not meeting them. And then you're like, damn, I should have done better. Damn, I could have done this, or I could have done that. No, you're going to be okay and you're going to be fine. One stupid test, one stupid setback doesn't make you a failure. It makes you human. Come on. You are allowed to have bad mental health days. It's okay to have ups and downs. It's okay to not feel 100% every single day of your life. It's okay to decide, I kind of don't want to get up out of bed. I don't want to do anything. I just want to stay at home, stay in my bed, and not do anything. And that is okay. That is fine. You can't do everything at once, like I said. Take it day by day, take it step by step. If there are days where you mentally cannot do it, then don't do it. You're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else. Acknowledging that you have a problem is the most important first step into healing. You need to recognize that these toxic goals and expectations that you have of yourself is a problem, because you're not meant to be perfect. You're not meant to just have everything figured out. That's important. That's very important. I feel like a little teacher with my little okay. No, I'm just kidding. Find a skincare routine and apply sunscreen every single day. Need I say more? Adopt a skincare routine. Please, for the love of God, it helps. It is okay to limit the communication you have with someone if it betters your mental health, if it improves your mental health. Need I say more? I feel like I already said that, but that's important. I'm out of breath. I talk too much. You will find a new version of yourself when you leave everything you know behind. You can't grow in the same place that made you sick. This kind of hit me close to home when I moved out from my home city to Boston. When you leave everything that you know behind, when you enter a new environment, a new place, a new city, new state, new whatever, you are going to see that you kind of adopt these new traits or these new characteristics that you didn't have before. And it can change you. And it can change you into being a better person. I started to fall in love with myself more as I started growing and evolving without everything that I've known, because I'm creating my own path, my own destiny. I'm doing things that I couldn't have done back in my home city. And honestly, if I could change anything, I wouldn't. You can't grow in the same place that made you sick. One or two friends is all you need. You don't need this big group, big circle of friends to make you feel loved, to make you feel valued. One good, solid friend will stay with you for the rest of your life. And you're not going to be missing out on much. There's this kind of expectation that if you don't have a lot of friends, then you're missing out, or you're not cool, or you're this or you're that. No, come on. What's 10 fake friends versus one or two real solid friends that are there for you no matter what? Just because you see other people going out and living life does not mean that you are missing out on anything. Time is what you make of it, so use it wisely. This basically refers to people living their lives on social media. People post what they want other people to see on social media, but nobody considers the background of it. Nobody says like the behind the scenes of how they're living their lives. They only romanticize it and see the beauty of whatever event that they're going through, and they display that on the media, and people think that that's how their life actually is every single day, when it's not. You are not missing out on anything. Everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody shows the media what they want to show. It's not real. It's not fucking real. The pick me's are going to be real mad after this one. Okay. It is important to learn how to be alone and love the quietness and yourself. You can hang around with as many people as you want, surround yourself with people every single day. But the second that you are alone, the second that you have no plans, nothing to do, and you have to spend more than 24 hours with yourself, or even more than 12 hours with yourself, are you happy? Are you comfortable? And if you're not, then that's a problem. You can't expect other people to fulfill a hole that you have in yourself just because you feel lonely. You need to learn how to love yourself. You need to learn how to be there for yourself, be your biggest supporter, be your biggest motivator, because no one's going to do that for you. The only solid person that you really, really have in your life is yourself. You need to be okay with being with you. Just like you're comfortable being with your best friend, just like you're comfortable being with like your mom or whoever's closest with you. You got to learn how to be comfortable with yourself too. Oh my God, the last one. Finally, I'm exhausted. You need to love yourself before you can take care of others. If the energy is not reciprocated, or you feel like a second choice or an option, it is not worth your time. You deserve to be loved the same way you love other people. You can't make yourself small in order to accommodate people's lives. You take up as much space as you need to. You be the person that you are. And if nobody likes that, then you're with the wrong crowd. You can't be a people pleaser, because that's not going to get you anywhere. Because then when you're disappointed when people don't do the same for you, who put those expectations on them? You did. So you can't really be mad if you tell these people, oh, hey, I did this for you again. Are you going to do the same for me? You need to make yourself a priority no matter what. Because if you don't prioritize yourself, if you don't make yourself feel wanted, feel loved, then how are you going to expect another person to do it for you? You deserve somebody who's going to match your energy. You deserve a person who is going to do the same thing that you would do for other people, for the people that you love. You don't deserve anything less than that. I'm pretty sure that's it. In my 21 years of living, I wish that somebody would have told me or taught me these things so that I didn't have to waste my time with people who just didn't see my value, who didn't see what I brought to the table. I ended up kind of betraying myself and being into a person that I didn't want to be because I was scared. And you get picked on for being different. You get picked on for not feeding into these stereotypes or whatever society's like new norm is. When I finally found my authentic self, I found it here. I found it by myself. I found it when I was alone, and when I finally stopped caring about what other people are going to say about me, or how they're going to think, or their opinions, or whatever, because it doesn't matter anymore. What are they going to do? Are they going to stop me? No. They're going to talk? Okay, let them. Let them talk. Let them say whatever they want to say. But are you really going to let that get to you? You're going to let these little ass haters tell you that you are allowed or not allowed to be happy with yourself and the person that you are now? So that's the 21 things I wish I knew. But basically, the takeaway is do whatever the hell you want. Don't let people walk all over you. Make sure that you prioritize yourself before you try and take care of other people. It's okay to leave toxic situations. It's okay to not feel happy anymore. It's okay to completely change, to do it all over again. It's okay to put yourself first. Whew. All right, that was a mouthful. But it's necessary to talk about these things because people get so in their heads that it's like, okay, sweetie, I get it. Let's talk about it. But know that at the end of the day, you are exactly where you need to be and that you are not behind and that everything's going to be okay and everything works out. But you cannot live your life with a negative mindset because that's not going to get you anywhere. You need to make sure that you know that you're going to be okay. And then life is going to take it from there. If we could perfectly plan out what we wanted to do with our lives, then none of us would be struggling. But life is a bitch, so that's brutal. It's brutal out here. So that is the 21 things I have learned in my 21 years of existing on this floating rock that we call Earth. Take it as you will. Take my advice, use it, don't use it, I don't care. You practice what you preach. This is what I'm preaching. This is what I'm preaching. I have a list. I feel like I should use these as affirmations. I made a whole list when I should be doing homework. But whatever. My problem, not yours. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. I hope that this is helpful. And if not, then I don't know what to tell you. Why are you here? So thanks, guys, for watching. And I will see you in the next video on Thursday. But which Thursday? Now, that's always the question now, isn't it? Which Thursday? Bye.